which in 2007, people in the neighborhood of Guatemala City felt the ground tremble and shake. No one knew what was causing it. Then on February 23, a huge hole suddenly opened in the street. A dozen houses tumbled into the pit. Several lives were lost. The hole was more than 330 feet, 100 meters deep, deep enough to swallow two statues of liberty. In 2010, it happened again, 15 blocks from the first hole. This time, the hole swallowed a three-story clothing factory and left another gaping chasm in a major intersection. Miraculously, no one was injured. Sinkholes have been all over the world, in the middle of cities and in the middle of nowhere. True sinkholes take years to form. Each time a new sinkhole opens up in the earth, it takes people by surprise. What causes sinkholes? The ground will stand on feels solid. Underground, however, a lot is happening. Water trickles and flows, slowly eroding rocks and soil. This creates underground spaces. This results in sinkholes. Sinkholes don't happen just anywhere, though. Most natural sinkholes form where there are certain kinds of soft bedrock. Bedrock is a layer of underground rock. The ground above it and on the surface is called the overburden. Rain or underground water drips and flows into this bedrock and erodes it. This creates open spaces such as underground caves or caverns. Over time, this space gets bigger. Eventually, the overburden may slowly drop down to form a sinkhole. Sometimes, though, sinkholes can open suddenly and swallow buildings, cars, and people. Two types. There are two main types of sinkholes. The first is covered subsidence sinkholes. Subsides means to sink or settle. A covered subsidence sinkhole forms when water fills a space in the underground or bedrock. The overburden above the bedrock then sinks downward. Most sinkholes of this kind form slowly and may measure a few yards across. The overburden may contain a lot of sand that easily slides into the underground space. These sinkholes often create a bowl shape on the surface. They may be ponds or wetlands if water has nowhere to drain out. The second type is a cover collapse sinkhole. This sinkhole forms when a space gets bigger and bigger under the surface. The overburden gets thinner as dirt, sand, and other sediment fall into the space. The ground around this kind of sinkhole may contain a lot of sticky clay. Clays help hold the overburden together. Without warning though, the surface may collapse into the underground space. Areas that get a lot of sinkholes usually have bedrocks made of karst. Karst is made of any type of rock that dissolve easily, such as limestones. Karst can also be formed of gypsum, dolomite, salt, or other minerals and rocks. Karst has many holes and cracks that water can flow into. When rainwater soaks into the earth, it picks up a mild acid from leaves and plants. The mild acids dissolve karst. This helps create the underground space that cause natural sinkholes. Amazing natural sinkholes. Sinkholes fascinate geologists. They study them to learn more about how water and earth can affect each other. Here are three amazing natural sinkholes from around the world. The Quattara Depression is the world's largest natural sinkhole. It is located in Egypt and is 137 miles, 220 kilometers long and 75 miles, 120 kilometers wide. That is twice of the area of the state of Rhode Island. China's Shanghai Tenkan is considered the deepest sinkhole in the world, more than 2,165 feet, 660 meters deep. This sinkhole could swallow a 200-story skyscraper. The Suriname sinkholes in Venezuela were discovered in 1961. Scientists have discovered plants and animals inside that are found nowhere else. Sinkholes caused by humans. Some sinkholes result from underground structures. In cities, tunnels and pipes crisscross under many buildings and streets. If those pipes get old and worn out, they can collapse, allowing liquid to escape and eat away at the ground. Eventually, the pavement caves in. Work crews must check these underground spaces regularly to make sure they are solid. If a sinkhole forms in a city, it can do a lot of damage, as in Guatemala City, where leaking pipes may have triggered the gaping holes in the city streets. Underground mines can also cause sinkholes. Near one Russian city, underground water filled an old mine. The bedrock of salt began dissolving. In 1986, a huge sinkhole opened up. It grew to 780 feet, 238 meters deep, and covered more area than 25 football fields. It is still growing and new sinkholes are opening up. Hundreds of people have had to leave their homes. To be safe, the entire city may need to move. Some geologists argue that holes caused by human activity shouldn't be called sinkholes because true sinkholes result from natural processes. Garbage in, garbage out. People sometimes treat sinkholes like garbage dump. They will throw in junk, trash, even animal waste. This is a terrible idea. Many sinkholes drain into underground water sources. This is the same water that people drink. It is the water that farmers use to water their crops. The result is pollution in our food and drinking water. Dealing with sinkholes. Predicting when natural sinkholes will form is tricky. Predicting when natural sinkholes will form is tricky. The erosion that creates them is usually hidden underground. The type of bedrock is the most important factor in whether or not sinkholes form. Areas with soft bedrocks that also get heavy rain are even greater risk. The rainwater adds weight to the overburden. The drain water can also speed up underground erosion. Tightly trees or signposts can be early clues that the ground is shifting. Growing, growing cracks in walls and sidewalks can also warn that a sinkhole is getting ready to cause trouble. If a sinkhole forms under a house, how homeowners can pour tons of dirt and concrete into the hole. This is called grunting. The goal is to block the hole. Sometimes though, the dirt and concrete just disappear into the underground space. Another method uses steel rods. These long, strong rods are pushed into solid bedrock deep underground. The rods are then joined to the base of the house. This helps keep the building stable and safe. Construction. Conclusion. Sinkholes can be destructive, but they are rarely dangerous. In some places, they are even beautiful. In parts of Mexico, for instance, sinkholes form lovely pools full of cool, clean water. Sinkholes are also interesting to study. They show water's powerful effects on soil and rock. Even on solid ground, amazing things are happening beneath our feet.